Hello and welcome once again. I've sketched out this little bunny wearing a chicken suit, and it's a challenge that I've given myself. He's going to be wearing some chicken shoes that look like the chicken feet and a chicken suit as well. So let's see how it goes. Let's get started. I'm rolling out some wool. I'm going to make the body of the bunny first. I'm using a multi tool and just roll some corridor slivers and trying to make it nice and firm. Wool always comes with some vegetable matters as the sheep roam around, and it's all natural wool, so you have to keep plucking them out. Now for the head, rolling some more. It's going to be another ball shape that's going to go on top of the body. So I've made a number of bunnies and I love making them. So thought I'll just make it a bit different and a bit more challenging because Easter is coming up, so it seemed like a good idea. So making it bigger and giving it shape, adding wool at an angle, so that will be the forehead and the nose. Then I'm going to attach it to the body, folding all around. You can hear the traffic behind me. There's nothing I can do about it. So now I'm shaping the muzzle. And this is the fun part. When you shape with your needle, just seems so magical. Watching wool take shape by just stabbing it. Just have to stab at the right place. So making the mouth, the nose, adding more wool on top of the nose and it goes all the way back. So now we have a cute face forming. And here's where the eyes are going to be. So I'm just making the sockets. As you can see, it's taking shape and the mouth is becoming more prominent. Trying to make it nice and firm. Now I'm gonna add more wool to the cheeks because I want it to be a bit cheeky. So I'm adding more wool on the sides and it will go all the way to the back because we want to give roundness to the head as well. So it is really amazing how things take shape right in your fingers. It is a wonderful art and really addictive. Now adding more wool to the body so the bunny doesn't look too skinny. And we want him to be really cute. So a bit chubby would be okay too. Felting the wool all around, keeping the shape intact. Using my multi-tool. Now the eyes. I'm using bigger eyes than I usually do, so I think they are not 4 mm, but 6 maybe, or bigger. I think they're 8 mm. So I've got the eyes in, now I have to glue them. And when the eyes go in, the bunny starts looking really different and cute because the eyes are big. So I've glued in the eyes, just putting a little bit of glue on the tips and putting them in. Now I'm forming the shape of the mouth just below the nose. I'm going around with my needle. And you can see it taking shape. Once I'm happy with the mouth, I'm adding more wool to the cheeks. Using my multi-tools to speed things up. When I've added cheeks to both the sides, you can see it looks rounded now. I'm adding color to it. You can add any color you want. I'm adding light brown because the chicken suit is going to be white, so I'm using brown for this. So I've started adding color from the nose going up. Although the head is going to be covered, I still want to give it color so the core wool doesn't peek from inside. So I'm going around. And using a dark brown color to just give it some shading, because just a simple plain color seems boring. So I'm a fine artist, so I'm trying to add more colors to every piece. And when you're doing watercolors, you don't use one color, so I'm just kind of used to that. I'm using the same dark brown to go around the eyes and right next to the plastic eye that I added. So I'm just going all around it, and you can see the difference it's gonna make. It's just going to make the eye pop out. And now it looks really cute. I'm using a carded wool. It's a sienna color, and I'm adding it to the nose. And as you can see, it's a bit prominent. Now shaping it as I go along. It's always easier to shape the nose right on top of the face using a darker color to give it an outline, and it will go down into a V shape, and then a little bit to give it a mouth. So the features are coming together. I've taken a New Zealand white top, and I'm going around the eyes with it to give it nice look. And as you can see, it makes the eyes look cuter this way, adding a white outline and making it look more like a chipmunk. But it's a bunny. So now after the eyes, I'm adding same color to the cheeks. And yes, it is looking like a chipmunk, but it's not. When it gets its ears, it will look like a bunny. And I'm adding a little bit of white on the cheeks, but not a lot, because I want to have light brown cheeks, not really white. So I'm adding the white on top of the brown. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And some more white right under the eye. So the white outline is all around the eyes, top part and the bottom. Now I'm adding the brown color to the rest of the body. I'm just going to speed it up, because just adding color, doing nothing much complicated. Just covering the whole thing with brown. Adding more to the tummy part because I want it to look a bit chubby and cute. Now comes the fun part. I have to make a beak, as I had sketched it. You can look at reference pictures of a beak. I'm just making a triangle because I don't want it to be too realistic. It's just a bit cartoonish will be okay. So this is a triangle. Just gonna keep it on the head and see if it's alright. Looks a bit big, but we're just gonna go along with it and see how it looks when it's done. So sort of a triangle, but it has to be a bit thick. So I'm felting it down using my multi-tool. Adding more wool to the beak to make it a bit thicker and more solid. Just seeing how it looks on the head and how it's gonna sit. And the beak doesn't end abruptly. I'm adding a little more orange to the base of the beak. That's where the head is going to be attached. If it was a chicken, the head would have been attached here. I'm taking some white wool. That's a New Zealand top, and it's a bit thicker than the merino top. Marine tops are a bit more softer. So New Zealand top is a bit thicker and more coarse than the merino top. I've just taken some white and this is going to cover the head. So I'm just felting it flat. Like a headscarf, it has to go around top of the head. So this will be like a hoodie and it's going to have the beak on top. So I'm going to attach it over here and make it neat. So you really have to spend some time on the flat felting. And it looks really thin, but we can always add more wool to it directly on the head as well. Just trying to give it a nice edge. So it seems like he's wearing a chicken suit, and I could have just added the white wool to the head, but I want it to look better, like he really is wearing a chicken suit on top of his head. So the more details you put in, the better the results are. Once I'm happy with the edges, I'll place it on. It needs a bit more thickness on this side, so I'm adding more wool. So it has to be like balanced on both sides. The edges are uniformly thick. I'm going to put it over the head and attach it. The pink part on the rooster's head is called a comb, and I'm going to make that. Just I hand mixed some pink and orange wool, and I'm going to make that. And the thing that hangs down underneath the beak is called a wattle, and I'm going to make the comb first. So this is the first time I'm making it. I'm trying to get a round shape, and it comes in different shapes and sizes, but I am taking a more cartoonish approach and not going very realistic with the rooster. So this is my attempt, and let's see how it looks. Just making a round shape. Going to place it on the beak and see how it looks. So it's part of the comb on top of the head, and it's going to have a good, nice comb. I always feel there's something inside my felting mat. It's just one spot where I think there's something hard inside. So it's the dangling part and the standing part. Although in realistic rooster you won't have the thing dangling too much. I'm making the comb, making little triangles, shaping it on my mat, and I don't want it to be too thin because then it won't look that nice on top of the head. It needs to be standing, so small and thick. Looked nice on the mat. Once I got it off, it lost all its shape, so I'm shaping it again. So you have to really give it time and felt it down really nicely. So now it's going down the head. So the white part that I have felted, it didn't just cover the head, it goes down the body as well. Making another shape that will be the wattle, and it's gonna go where I have put the white seam, the opening of the costume. I'm making small triangles, and they are going to come on the back of the chicken suit. So using New Zealand top, it's a bit harder to felt, but I don't want to change in the shade, so I'm not going to use gore wool or the carded. I'm using the same wool. I'm going to make tiny triangles. I'm going to make more of them. So you see the beak looks a lot bigger. So I've just shaped it. I'm going to cut it because it was really big. I'm felting down the edges to make it nice and neat. It still looks flat. So it made several different triangles, and I'm placing them using pins It's I had pins all along, but I never used them. But once I started using them, it really makes things easier to get them in the right spot. The ears, the tail, the feathers. So I've just put them on the back. Now I'm shaping the arms. Just two long arms, no details in them, cylindrical shapes, little paw on one end, and the other end is going to get attached. That's it. It's really simple. I'm using a similar shade of carded wool for that because the top wool was really soft. Even if he has a bit of a color, it doesn't matter. These are the wings, similarly as the beak and the triangles we did earlier. These are the wings using the same New Zealand top. I'm forming two bigger triangles. And they will come on top of the arms. Making the wings neater, and they should be roughly the same thickness and of course the same size. So you have to make sure you got similar wings. One seemed a bit thinner than the other, so I've added more wool. Neatening the edges, and I will iron them out with my hair straightener. So the arm looked too big, just given it a trim. Just going to place it with pins. Once I'm happy with them, I'll attach them to the body. Now the arms are attached, and the wing is gonna be attached right under the neck because it's a part of the costume and not the rabbit. So I'm attaching it right under the neck area, so you can see it has wings and arms underneath that. Now comes the tricky part of the feet. So it's going to have three claws, one sticking at the back, making round cartoonish feet. making them nice and round, not too big. Just have to keep checking the size. So once you've got one right, you can make the other one similar. Fold it the other edge as well. So this could be the back claw that sticks out and the front claw as well. Then I can add another shaping the other claw or toe similarly and making it nice and firm. Just be careful you don't make them too big or too small. I'm going to make it a V shape. So when I attach them, you get three toes on front and one at the back. So this is a triangle. I'm going to put the longer one in the middle and attach them. Looks like a cactus but orange in color. Now you can see they look more like chicken feet. Making a round circle, just felting down some wool. I'm going to place it right in the middle and form a circle with it. So it will look like shoes the bunny is wearing of chicken feet. Adding more orange wool to make the claw look round and thick. Now to attach these chicken feet to the bunny, I'm adding more brown wool to them. I tried making legs, but it didn't work. So I think because they have small legs and you don't see much of them, so you don't need to attach legs. I'm just adding some brown color on top of the feet. Then I'm going to attach it to the body. And the struggle is going to be to make it stand. But that's not much of an issue because even if it doesn't stand, the last thing we can do is make a platform at the bottom, circular platform, and he'll be standing on that. So adding more brown wool and giving it a bit of a weight so it can be nice and firm and can stand. Just to give it thickness, I'm adding some more wool to the bottom. I added some parted wool, and now the shade looks different, so I'm covering it up with the top I'd used earlier. I'm just trying to make it stand, and I think still gonna struggle with that. Now he's standing and he looks nice. And I almost forgot the ears. So I had to make ears, and the brown top that I had used for the body, used those for ears. Now I'm going to make a little carrot, and the bunny is going to be holding it. So just, that's my cat, sorry about that. And just go round and round in a carrot shape. You can make it as big or small as you want. I just started off, and I just still have to see how big I want it. I want it to be small, not really big. I think this is bigger, so I'm gonna measure and cut off the extra bit. But first I have to felt it nice and firm. So need only this much. Cut off the rest of it, making a neat edge now. Adding a little brown color to the top of the carrot. For the leaves, I'm using a felt sheet and cutting really small leaves with my scissors. I'm just shaping them with the scissors and got a shape right, felting it in. So you can leave it with one leaf or add another. I'm adding another leaf just around the same size. Just felting it down. Now I'm attaching it to the arm. Here it is, all done. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and you're gonna make chicken suited bunny this Easter. Thank you very much for watching.